Well, hello, everyone.
Hi, Jacqueline. How are you? This is Melinda Roy. How are you doing today?
Terrific, Melinda. Lovely to see you.
So, yes, Jacqueline, before you start your presentation, I'll give a brief description. Brief introduction of yours. Jacqueline DN is on the stage. Welcome, Jacqueline, on the Global Conference Summit 2023. So, Jacqueline DN, after a highly successful career in public education that culminated as CEO of a school board in Ontario, Canada, Jackie assumed a national position with a non-profit organization overseeing an education programming for all of Canada. Upon the onset of the pandemic, she retired and moved to an online environment where she has helped hundreds of professionals tap into the creative insights of their unconscious mind through counseling, coaching, hypnosis, and ultimately the client's ownership of self-discovery and empowerment. Her powerful insights and guiding questions, coupled with her ability to build rapport and a supportive environment, helps her CEO clients who are struggling with their leadership competencies. She encourages them to safely explore emotionally charged topics and to grow into their true visions with the ability to finally honor their personal struggles and lead with integrity, kindness, authenticity, and emotional confidence. So, Jacqueline, thank you so much. You can occupy the stage now.
Lovely. Okay, I'm just going to switch over to my slides and see if everyone can see that with the slide sharing. And although that's not as large as I would like, I think that it will still work. Okay, well, welcome everyone. It's lovely to be here on the stage, and I realize I'm the only thing standing between you and break. So I'm going to keep myself quite lively, and I just wanted to say thank you to all of you for being here, and certainly for those who are responsible for setting up this incredible conference. I have been batching in and out and watching everyone, and I realize that there's very much overlap between what I was going to say, and I don't want to waste your time saying things that you've already heard by other people who have probably said it much more eloquently than I. So we are going to jump in, and I would like to make this as interactive as possible. And so please use the chat. If you find anything that resonates with you or that makes an impression or that you have a question for me, please go ahead and use that chat. I also want for you, if you haven't got one handy right now, get yourself a piece of paper. We are going to be doing an exercise very quickly into the session. And to not do it means you're not going to be able to experience the fulsomeness of what I would like to take you through. So just scramble now while you're listening. Get just one piece of paper is all that you need and a writing utensil of some kind. Okay, let's begin. I want you to imagine a teenage girl, somewhere between 13 to 15 years old. This young girl would say that she has been through some trauma. Um, Other people would say she's been through some trauma. She would probably just say that she's been through life. She realizes that there are things that happen that are going to be part of what is her story. She is extremely resilient. And at that particular time, when she is moving through whatever it is she's moving through, because we all have a story to tell, she realizes that she's making herself a couple of promises. She is not going to be dependent on anyone else. She wants to succeed, although she doesn't really know what that means yet. And she wants to achieve, and she doesn't really know what that means yet either. But she starts formulating plans in a way that she knows is going to help her succeed and achieve. And in so doing, she starts working at a very young age. She puts herself through university by taking on two, if not three jobs. She's the first in her family to go for higher education. And so she is working very late hours, coming home, working on her studies, getting her papers finished, then getting up the next morning and going to school. Now, again, just put a note in the chat if any of this is sounding familiar to you. She finishes high school, she finishes university, she does very well. She's an achiever. She is really focused on success. And she gets a job within her chosen field. She's extremely happy. But she realizes that she's really good at setting goals and then achieving those goals. She doesn't really know what to do if she doesn't have a goal to actually focus on. So she continues to take courses. Now, what's lovely about this is she's not taking courses just for courses' sake. She really loves learning. She loves feeling like she's taking all of this in and it's making her a broader and a bigger thinker. So she continues to take courses. She continues to do well. In fact, she meets a guy. They plan on having a family. She's walking across the stage, getting her master's degree when she is 9.5 months pregnant with her first, who drops about 2 days after that event. She continues to move forward. She puts her name forward for places where she can get promoted, and she is promoted because she puts all of her ducks in a row. She is extremely well prepared, and she moves forward in this regard. She is so dedicated to her family and really wants to do well by her family. So she makes sure that she is, chauffeuring her children to events. She knows who her kids' friends are. She has dinner with the family all the nights that she is able to, and that's most of them, about, 4 out of 5. And she makes sure that they sit and have dinner together. There's all of these things that are very important to her and that she makes sure that is in place. Instead of having about 5 hours of sleep or 6 hours of sleep when she was in university, because she's now so dedicated to what's going on with her family, she then stays up after the entire household has gone to bed and continues to do her work. And again, she's online with a lot of other people that are doing the exact same thing. They have drunk from the same cup, as it were. And so they're all quite dedicated. They're all very, very focused on the work. It's an education, so they love the work. They're working with kids. They're working with children who have special needs. They're very dedicated to all of this. Then this perfect situation, because it really was a wonderful work environment, changes overnight. The person that's in charge is taken out, and in goes a narcissist. The entire organization deflates. And she realizes that a lot of the things that she thought were part of her goals are all wrapped up in work, are all wrapped up in her identity via work. Certainly that in being a mom, et cetera, all of those goals that she set, that she achieved, that are so very important, and she was dedicated to, that success, that achievement, that working. She realized that all of a sudden when she's working with someone that she cannot respect and she cannot admire, and she really feels like she has to get away because her mental health is so touched, that she realizes that she's lost an essence of herself somewhere along the way. She's not really quite sure where or how or what that is. But when she's forced to kind of stop, she realizes that there's something a little bit off. So she dedicates herself to taking the time to figure out exactly what this is all about. What I'm hoping I'm going to be able to do for you today is not have you have to go through the situation that I went through, but to share the learning that took me to being able to understand my essence, to understand what was missing, to understand that all of the control that I thought I had over my life was in fact false control. And you all know that. When you're having that extra glass of wine, when you're having that extra chocolate bar, when you've spent an extra hour on YouTube videos or on TikTok reels and you just think, go to bed, like stop wasting your time, you realize that there's something a little off. There's something missing. The interesting thing about that is you've spent your entire life checking off the boxes. Check, good mom. Check, doing well at work. Check, got all of my higher education. Check, check. That's false control. And it left her feeling very bereft. But it also at times, and she didn't even realize it, left her feeling angry, resentful, depressed, and as I said before, bereft. I think those are the 4 words that really can quite sum up exactly that experience of having played the game exactly as you were supposed to, and then realizing something has shifted and I can no longer do this. What it was for me is working with a narcissist who really couldn't care less if I was leading with heart, with integrity, and with emotional stability and intelligence. It mattered not at all. The reason that was important is because I figured all of that out before I then went to another job where I was the CEO of an entire school board, and the exact same thing happened. It's only because I had the work that I had done before, where I had been able to find out about my voice, my essence, my higher self, what really spoke to me about what was important in my life. All these other things were definitely important, but there was something else that I needed to address. And in that addressing, it made me be much stronger to be able to deal with the next time that kind of situation presented itself. And I was actually able to just walk away and know that it had nothing to do with me. It had everything to do with the leaders who were in charge at that time. And so, just as I said, if you wouldn't mind, just play with me for a little bit here and put into the chat, yes, that sounds like me. Oh my gosh, this sounds like my sister or my aunt, or I remember this story when we're having glasses of wine, we all talk like this, whatever. If it feels like it resonates with you. And so, moving on now, today we're going to be talking about unlocking your mind's hidden potential to lead with integrity, compassion, and emotional intelligence. At the end of the day, the work that I do is mostly coupled with neuroplasticity and understanding brain science. I'm a hypnotist now. It was my second career after I retired. And so when we're talking about unlocking the mind's hidden potential, we're talking about working with your unconscious mind and all of the secrets that are held in check there to protect you. My name is Jackie Young. I am what's called a life architect. I love this particular title that I came up with because it's not about what I want for you. It's about what you want to have accomplished for yourself. And so when we go through different kinds of exercises to explore what you want your own personalized blueprint to look like, that's the work we do together. I don't go off and just draw your house without you. We sit down and we talk about exactly what is it that you want for the next chapter. And let's go through some exercise to figure out exactly what's holding you back. And then we put things in place through coaching, through consulting, through kick in the ass, whatever it is that's needed. And we make sure that you have your own individualized, personalized blueprint that's going to address your specific needs. Okay, any questions? Please don't hesitate to put things in. Yeah, I understand completely, Suzanne. Yeah, it's very challenging when you're working with a narcissist and you're growing up with one. It really, that whole sense of false control, it makes you feel like you're losing your mind to some degree. Okay, so hopefully you got your little piece of paper, and we're going to begin with an exercise. Just fold the paper in half, doesn't matter which way you fold. And I want you to think about yourself as a professional, as a leader. And don't give these particular questions lots and lots of thought. I want you to put down your answers really, really quickly. What are 3 characteristics about yourself that you are most proud of? Go. 1, 2, 3. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Just 1 or 2 sentences, not a paragraph. And your gut answer to this, what percentage of time do you commit to work on average, even when you're at home? Just a rough estimate. Now, this next slide, I need for you to get into a different mindset. I want you to think of and conjure up someone who adores you, not loves you, adores you. And so that could be a younger child if you have one, because by the time they hit teenage years, they don't adore you anymore. It could be a niece or a nephew. It could be a parent if you're seen as that child who has really done so well. It could be a favorite teacher. Just find out and zero in on someone who absolutely adores you. It's more than love. They almost pant when they see you. They adore you. And through their eyes, what are 3 words that they would use to describe you that make you precious to them? Where do they want to see you in 5 years? And what percentage of time would they say you spend at work? Okay, now this next part, you really need to play with me on this. For this to take root and to really make a difference, I want for you to really pay attention. Close your eyes, turn the paper over. Change the writing utensil to your non-dominant hand. And just listen to me. Keep your eyes closed. Put that pen on the paper though, so you know where it is. And I want you to just relax. Relax the top of your head. Relax your forehead. Relax the tiny muscles next to your eyes. Relax your cheeks. Relax your jaw, letting it hang loose and slack. Relax your shoulders, through your arms. Relax down through your fingertips and out your fingertips. Relax your entire torso and really think about relaxing every single vertebrae in your backbone, one by one, relaxing and releasing. And now just take a moment and listen for your heartbeat, your life force. Some people would say your spirit or your soul. Just make a connection. And then really relax throughout your entire torso, moving down into your hips. And as you think about unlocking your hips, you realize that you sink a little bit further into your chair that's supporting you. Relax your thighs. Relax down through your knees, down through your calves, your shins, down to your ankles. Just twirl your ankles if you want once and just let them sit tight. Now that sense of relaxation flow over the tops of your feet and through the bottoms of your feet. Now I want you to see yourself going down a set of stairs, beautiful set of stairs. It could be out in the wilderness. It could be your favorite stairs in your house. It could be something grandiose that just comes to your mind. You feel safe and you feel secure going down these 10 steps. And with each and every step, with each number that I go down, you will go deeper and deeper into a beautiful state of trance, and just allow yourself to relax even further. 10, going deeper and deeper. 9, relaxing, releasing. 8, a favorite color flows through you from the top of your head all the way through out the bottoms of your feet. 7, 6, and at this point you realize your conscious mind is just starting to drift away, while your unconscious mind pays close attention to every word I say. That's right, just allow the words to float over you. 7, 6, 5, going deeper and deeper. 4, relaxing, releasing, and see in front of you, just visualize a chair or a place where you can lie down. 3, now move towards that chair now and realize that it is a magical place. 2, getting comfortable in that chair. And 1, now here in this magical place, you are able to make connections with your highest self. And it matters not to me what your highest self is represented by. It could be a beautiful orb of light. It could be yourself. It could be your inner child. It could be a wise woman that you have within. It could be your spiritual self. But whatever it is, when I count down from 3 to 1 and snap my fingers gently, you're going to have an image of this particular self. And if you don't have an image, then just pay attention and imagine what you would like for this part to be. Maybe whatever comes to you first and foremost is exactly what it's meant to be. So don't question whether you're doing this right or wrong. There's no way to do this wrong. 3, going even deeper. 2, trusting whatever comes for you. And 1, make a connection with your highest self. And I want you to repeat these words after me. Higher self, what are 3 words that describe my essence? And write those down with your eyes closed. Higher self, what do you want? Where do you want to see me in 5 years? Higher self, what do you want for me at this time in my life? And last question, higher self, what's missing that would make me happy and more joyful? And now just stay with that image for a minute or with that feeling. I'm going to count you back up, and when you hear the beautiful sound of the gong, you'll feel clear-headed, you'll feel wonderful, you'll be able to open your eyes and see clearly. 1, coming back now. 2, a wave of energy flows through your entire body. 3, getting ready to open your eyes and be clear-headed, fully awake and fully aware. 4, a wave of energy on that next big breath goes in. And 5, open your eyes and come back to this place if you haven't already. Beautiful job. Now, have a look at those answers. Hopefully you have gone through the exercise. And just take a moment to compare. Now, if you're finding that everything looks exactly the same, then you don't need a life architect. But if you're realizing that there's things that feel like you've just unlocked them, or that you need to really take part in an exercise that feels like that again, then you may in fact need a life architect, someone who's going to be able to walk you through what it is that you have uncovered. And I'll talk about that a little bit more at the end of this seminar. So you've compared, and all of that is just for you. It's for you to go through and to figure out exactly what you needed to learn from it. So what does it mean to be authentic and self-actualized? Well, it is about leaning in, as Sharon Sandberg said, and I'm so glad that the last speaker actually referenced her. And it's also about opening up. It's about opening up to those vulnerabilities, about opening up to possibilities, about opening up to what it's like to get past a false sense of control. When we understand and embrace the power of your unconscious mind, we're actually talking about the 90% of this particular iceberg that's below the waterline. And so if you see what's above it, those are your driving forces. That's your success, that's your achievement, your skills, what I can do, my knowledge, my reservoir of knowledge and experience. That's only 10% of your mind. 90% is held in your unconscious mind. And all of this stuff is held in check. It comes out through triggers. It comes out in funky ways where you engage in habits that you don't even understand. But it's how you see yourself in society, how you value yourself, your non-conscious patterns and behaviors, your traits, and what excites you, what motivates you. I'm not saying that all of the work that you did, all of the courses you took, all of the work that you did that you love doing doesn't motivate you. But if you've ever felt resentment or anger or depression or anxiety or bereavement, then there is something missing. And so it behooves us to really understand how the conscious mind and the unconscious mind work. The critical conscious mind is only 10%, and it is very, very critical. Your unconscious mind is not. Here is where everything about your environment, your elders, and your experiences is held. So your beliefs and your attitudes and your behaviors, your memories, are everything that you understand is there in your unconscious mind. Your unconscious mind wants to protect you. And sometimes it's protecting you in ways that doesn't really serve you. That's the work that we do together. If you have any kind of childhood trauma, this is where it's kept. It is kept in check until it starts to leak out. And that's really what we want to take care of before it starts leaking. You can see this is 90% of everything that's going on in your body and in your head. So I'm going to go through these really quickly. And if you want access to some of these, just send me an email and I will give you. These are a couple of blogs that I've written. One is The Magic of Glimmers. And glimmers are those beautiful, fun, and gorgeous places and times and experiences that flit across our life. It could be when you look at the clouds and you think, oh my God, it's so beautiful. You see the sunset just by accident. You're petting a pet and you realize that you're overcome with gratitude. They're nothing really huge. It's not a trip to Disney World. Glimmers are those points in our times that just make our hearts sing for a moment. And if you want more information about this, I'd be happy to send you the blog. But really, the work that we do is about understanding how to capture and pull in the glimmers so that you can understand what motivates you towards your own happiness, or your own happiness, rather, my apologies, towards your own happiness. As well, I want to talk you through what the AIM method of change is. And quite simply, this is just something that I came up with, which is A stands for unarticulated, I for intentional, and M, a mind shift. And so we have talked an awful lot today about mindset and what's really important. And talking about mindset is really, really exciting. Moving into your own personalized mind shift is excruciating. And so what I've come up with is a way to really understand how to articulate it with language that's going to make a difference for you, how to set the intentions behind it so that the mind shift itself is fully compacted into that AIM method of change. And so just getting ready to wrap up, I am a life architect. And at this point, if you feel like you need help designing and creating your next chapter, if you want to move through some of those feelings that you feel have kept you in check, as I said, that extra glass of wine sometimes is telltale. That extra piece of chocolate is telltale. Staying up late on your own and just really wasting time because you feel like you need to decompress, but you don't know from what. I can offer you the support that you're looking for in being able to name it so that it's personalized and individualized for you. All of the work that I do has a spiritual and yet a very scientific focus to ensure it's holistic in nature and in delivery. As I said before, neuroplasticity, brain research, and quantum physics are interwoven into every interaction I have with my clients. And my clients, by the way, are full organizations. They are groups of women who want to come together. They are batches of CEOs who phone each other and say, let's do this course together. It's going to be fun. In this way, we never stray far from your highest intentions and that which ultimately brings you joy and fulfillment while you learn how to harness your greatest resources. Your greatest resources are in your unconscious mind, but the resources that are completely untapped. And so very quickly, just going over a couple of the courses that are offered, the Mind-Body Cohesion Blueprint, where you can heal your thoughts and heal your body, and Principled Leadership course, which is mostly offered to businesses as well as individuals when you really want to, or even let's say a whole HR department where you really want for the business, pardon my dogs, to embrace the art of leadership with integrity and compassion and to reach the company's true potential. Now, you may think that I've gone off kilter a little bit in terms of, well, what is she doing with that title that she started off with? Really, you can't be happy and you can't lead with happiness, with integrity, and with emotional intelligence unless you do the work that really focuses on what it is that is missing from your essence, what it is that brings you those feelings of fulfillment and joy, because then you can allow yourself to be vulnerable and authentic and be able to lean in all of those things that we've all been talking about. I'm going to stop sharing now. Oh, hang on. I'm just going to go to the next one. And if you want to take a screenshot of this, then you'll be able to, how can I do this? Just one second. I will just, you know what? I'll put everything into the chat. Now, if you want to spend some time and go over what it is that you found out during that exercise, please email me and let's set up some time so that we can actually go through it. It's 30 minutes, it's absolutely free. It's just a chance for us to actually get to know each other. And you can find me at Jackie at openmindshypnosis.ca. It's open minds with an S, hypnosis.ca because I'm in Canada. Or if it's easier, just take a screenshot of my phone number and you can text me and we can start a conversation that way. Okay, just coming up to 4:29. Wow, I just impressed myself. Okay, are there any questions? Oh, thanks very much, Kiki. I appreciate that beautiful meditation. I appreciate the fact that you liked that. So I'm open for questions. We've got just a couple minutes left. I'm here for you. Everyone's been listening so intently all day long. Melinda, over to you.
Yes, Jacqueline. I look forward to hearing more from you in the future as well. Keep up the excellent work. So here is the question from our audience. So the question is, and also, did you see messages? Suzanne has sent some message.
I did. Yes, thank you very much.
We really got a very good response. Yes, Jacqueline. So yes, this is a question from our audience. So, are there any theories or models that explain the relationship between the conscious and unconscious mind? So, do you think unconscious mind influence our emotions and reactions?
Oh, without question.
Oh, without
Absolutely.
question. Absolutely.
When you think that you
When
are
you think
being
that you are
conscious,
being
everything around that
conscious,
is being driven by your unconscious mind. I'm getting a lot of feedback, sorry. Um, the way that I can say it is that when you get up in the morning and you feel unencumbered and you go into work and you are cooking with gas, like you're in the moment, every decision feels like it's really going well. That's fantastic. That's your critical 10% of your mind. Everything is going really well. If, however, you walk into work and you feel like someone said something to you that was an insult, then that can get your unconscious mind going into a loop because it can take you back to a childhood insult or something that a parent said to you. And all of a sudden, the confidence that you had, which was at like 99%, can slam down to 50%. And you don't even know why. Like you don't know where this came from. That's how powerful your unconscious mind is. And then it can start talking to you in a way that forces a negative loop that is almost impossible to get out of. You know, of course, you should have known better than that. You just did the exact same thing 2 days ago when someone had to say it to you. How come you didn't know that about that? We get into our heads and we start getting very critical with ourselves. The unconscious mind is where a lot of the work to deal with childhood trauma, vulnerabilities, and that openness can come from. And that's why it's so powerful. And it's very easy work. So that's why we can have changes take place for people within 2 sessions as opposed to 6 or 8 sessions. So the work that I do is all about understanding what's going on in the critical conscious mind, and then it's being supported by all the stuff that you're not even aware of going on in your unconscious mind. And I'm hopeful that that very quick exercise that we did demonstrated that for some people, just in terms of what that spiritual self wanted to say to you, like, hey, slow down, I've got you, we're okay.
Yes, you have explained clearly about this question. We got a very good idea about what is the difference of conscious and unconscious. So thank you so much, Jacqueline, for the wonderful presentation and sharing your beautiful information with all the audience in the Global Summit 2023. So we look forward to hear from you more from the future as well. So yes, let's join another speaker session, David L. Lindsay. So please join that session and share your valuable comments. Thank you and have a great day, Jacqueline. Bye.
Thank you very much, everyone. Bye bye.